playgrounds changed from my childhood to my adulthood. In the early 1990s, playgrounds changed. When I was a kid, playgrounds were paved over, made of concrete. And when you fell down, you got hurt. But you learned a life lesson. You learned caution and respect for the world around you. I was 6 years old. I went to a concrete playground. I got on some swings. I started going back and forth and back and forth. What did I do when I got to the top of the arc? I jumped, and as soon as I was in the air, I went, that was a bad idea. I landed, I busted up my leg, I limped home crying, but back then, parenting meant my dad took one look at me and started laughing. What'd you learn? That's what he asked. I'm a child, I'm crying, I'd like a hug, I'd like a ride in an ambulance, wee, wee, wee. Instead, I'm getting, what'd you learn? I'm like, well, I'm learning you're a dick. But then I realized, oh wait, I'm not jumping off the swings again. Pain taught me a lesson. But in the early 1990s, a kid fell down on a playground, went home crying. The parent didn't ask, did you learn a lesson? The parent went, oh my sweet little angel, you hurt yourself. It's not your fault, it's not my fault. Heaven forbid parental responsibility. I'm gonna sue. I'm going to sue the city, the county, the state. I'm going to make them make playgrounds out of Nerf. That way when kids fall down, they bounce back just like Bumbles bounce. And that's how we raised a generation of Nancy Pantses. And I didn't know that until I became a dad. I did not know playgrounds had changed because I hadn't been to one in 20 years because I'm not a pedophile. I don't even own a trench coat. But we had a daughter, and I don't know how old she was, 2, and we took her to a playground, and she toddled around, and I turned to my wife, and I'm looking, and I say, where's the merry-go-round? And my wife said, well, it's gone. I said, well, I can see that, but why? She goes, it wasn't safe. I said, I know, that's what made it fun. That was the point. The merry-go-round was you would get on and hold on with everything you had, and your friend would try and whip you off. If you held on, you won. If you got hurt, he won. That was the game. And my wife sniffed. And then I said, all right, fine. And my daughter, she toddled around, and she went and she got on a spring-loaded board that had 2 seats. She sat down on one side and went, boingy, boingy, boingy. And I said, well, that looks lame. And my wife explained, well, they made the teeter-totter safe. They knew and improved it. And I said, oh, hell no. That's not a teeter-totter. The teeter-totter would go up and down and up and down. And when you were on top, your friend would look at you smile a wicked smile, yell cherry bomb, jump off, you fell to the ground, busted your butt, and it hurt, but you learned not to trust people. That is an important lesson to learn in life, not to trust people. And if you take that away from kids, they will not get the same life lessons I got growing up. Lessons about observation and absorption, human interaction where you understand. If you pick up a hitchhiker, you end up in the trunk of your own car. Or if you're 16 and experimenting and play around of, okay, just the tip, you still end up pregnant.